What's up, guys? Welcome to today's market recap for the day ending September 29th. As always, we'll start off with the three major indexes, starting off with SPY. Today we saw my magic line, or the zero lag line, which is this green line, still pointing upwards, showing that it's in a bullish trend. I kept the trend lines as is because I'm not still finding the peaks and lows on this one. So when it shows up, I will change it in here. Even though the market's down, my green line is pointing upward, and it's not budging at all in here. So, and that's the advantage of this zero lag line. It doesn't actually move in all directions as the price moves. So even though the price moved up in here, down, and a little bit sideways in here, doesn't actually show that in this green line. It will move only when there's substantial movement of the price in a particular direction, and then it will change direction itself. So this gives you a chance to hold on with your positions, not react to every kind of a price movement in there. So that's why I like to use the zero lag uh, indicator in here. Now, next, let's look at QQQs. Qs. This one already had a good double bottom in here. It still looks trending, and just like with SPY, I just want to keep the trend lines intact in here until I see a good higher high and higher low. What I'm expecting here is at some point it would actually turn around. So turn around and tag the 34 EMA or the 13 EMA, but the ultimate thing would be this resistance line, the red line, which has now become the support. Right, so it would, if it tags here and goes up, then that's when I would start drawing the trend lines to the upward direction, and that would kind of indicate the new direction. Until then, I'm just going to leave this as is in here just for reference purpose. Next, let's look at the Russell. This still is within the downtrend that we drew in here. If it tags these line and turns around, Russell would bring down the XLF, which is the financials, and that would bring down SPY. So I'm just going to keep a close eye on this one and see if it can penetrate through this resistance in here and this upper trend line in here. If it can do it, so then the overall market would become bullish. So I'll just wait for that. For now, I'm just holding on with my bearish positions on IWM. Next, let's take a look at a few of my favorite positions. Apple, like yesterday, it still looks bullish, even though it was a down day for Apple today. But my green line indicator is still showing upward, so I'm bullish on this one. AMD had a great day today. Actually, did one of the few stocks that ran up when the entire market was down. So I'm just going to hold on with my long positions in here. Just trying to adjust my trend line. Definitely looks uh, positive in here. And the other thing that you notice in here is these trend lines, which is becoming more of a V shape in here, right? So it's expanding V shape. That a bugle shape in here. So that indicates that it's going to go higher and continue maintain the trend. If you see a narrowing, a wedge shape, then that would indicate that at some point it would actually kind of reverse the trend, break the wedge and go either side of that wedge. If it is in this expanding wedge, it always a bullish sign in here, and it might continue to run up in this case. Let's look at Microsoft, which is my favorite stock in here. It's not an expanding wedge in here, but it's still in this parallel trend up. 1% down, but still my green indicator is slightly budged in here, and I'm still expecting it to come down, tag the trend line, and go up in here. So until it breaks the trend line substantially, and it's very near to this support in here, I'm long on this one. Let's look at the two positions that I entered yesterday. I'm going to add one more today, which I'll talk about now. Baba, so it continued its trend upwards. So anytime it breaks a flag pattern, which is like almost like a narrowing wedge kind of a thing, breaks out of it, it maintains momentum. Even though it was a down day today for the entire market, it kind of showed some kind of a bullish sign in here. So that's good. So so that I'm expecting that to continue in here. I'm going to keep the lines as is until the peaks and lows shows up. Next is Marvel. It was a down day, and still it had an initial run up which was substantial, so it's maintaining the momentum, so it's showing a bullish sign in here. So that one, and the new stock that trade that I entered today is Square. Now I had this and I was a little bit late on this one, so I should have got into this yesterday. If I had done that, I would have entered somewhere around 158 in there. But today I got it too late. I actually entered right at the peak of the session today at 166. But again, that was my call, my bad. So again, as you can see, there was a kind of a flag forming in here, and as soon as it broke out of this flag, that was my indication that I should get in to it. All right. So next, let's take a closer look at my positions. All right. Here we are with the three positions that I have since I started doing these video logs. First one is Baba. So current price is 56.80. Still on the positive P&L on this one, and the weeklies that I sold right now at 42 positive in there, right? So Marvel right currently in at 1050 doing a negative 26 P&L. However, the trade that I sold, the call that I sold, the weeklies is making money in here, right? So not a substantial one, but that's good enough for the losses that I'm incurring in here, right? The new one that I made, trade that I took today, that is Square. Again, as I said, I took it right at the peak of the session in here. I took it at 48.43. Right now it's 46.73 and negative 170 on this one. However, I sold a 170C, 170 call. That's with a strike for week ending this week, that is 10/2 at 283. So even if this goes down a little bit, say $300, this will make me around $300 this week, and that's the beauty of this method in here. So for every long, you can keep selling these weeklies and start building slowly the P&L up week by week. So it's not going to be like a high flying lottery kind of a profit. So there is also the chance that you lose everything in there. But with this leap calls, this expires so far out that you can keep selling these weeklies until you cover all of these things. You may or may not cover all of these things if it goes down drastically. However, you'll cover some portion of it. But if it goes in the right direction, that's all these goes positive, all these are calls. So if all start going positive, I will get an additional benefit along with whatever I make in these calls. I'll make additional bonus benefit on anything that I sold and made profits on these ones in there, right? So, and that's the idea. If it's in a loss, I minimize the losses with these cells, and if it's a profit on these one, I kind of add additional profits with these cells in there. So right now the total P&L is 76 plus. It's less than yesterday, but if I'm looking at the current state, right, for all the open positions in here that I sold, I still have $400 that I could make by on these cells by the weekend, right? So that would kind of increase a lot, and that builds over time. So let's say we weekly make 400 on these three, just these three plays in here. That adds up to around 1600 per month, right? That's a huge number. But I'm not saying that this one also would be the same. It would go down and up. So if it goes down, your 1600 could very well be just like 200 or 300 or zero. So this is more of a security than anything. But if this goes up, the security becomes a bonus. All right, that's all I had to cover for this for today. Thanks for watching.